Happy birthday, Mom.
Hey, Mom. This is Jeff. Happy birthday.
I don't see any minutes going by. Oh, the seconds are ticking. Okay.
Hi there. Well, this is for you, Mom.
What is the best piece of advice that Grandma ever gave to me? It's probably would have to be to work hard and give it your best no matter what you're doing.
Advice goes in one ear and out the other with me. But I would say that I've always appreciated knowing that you were thinking about me when I was over in Ellensburg and hearing that you had better ideas for me to come over here and helped with that. And just to know someone was thinking about me and supporting me over there was always comforting to know.
And the best advice that you ever gave me, which I never listened to anybody's advice anyway, but was that as I got older, that I had to think about Mary, not everybody else first. So I'm trying. It's very difficult, but I am trying. So thank you for that.
So, advice from Mom. I don't really remember Mom giving a lot of direct advice, except maybe as a preteen and teenager, to not talk about your friends behind their back with other friends. However, Mom always set a good example and had an expectation that we would all be the best us or me or we that we could be in any given situation. And I've tried to do that my whole life. So thanks a lot, Mom.
What's the best piece of advice JoAnn ever gave you? Well, don't complain about nothing to do. You have to make your own fun. And boy, she's been an example of that throughout the years, but it's something that's really stuck with me. Think about it all the time.
The best advice that my mother ever gave me came in waves. The first batch came when I was young, and I can remember her saying always, if you're going that way, take something with you. Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And then as I got older, the advice, really sage advice, became never leave the house unless you're looking your best. And we know she practices that to this day. And the other piece of invaluable advice, it has served me well my entire life. Moisturize. Moisturize.
A lot of things come to mind. One of them being that she used to make all my Halloween costumes when I was a kid. So out of all the kids I knew, I was the only one with a homemade Halloween costume, and they always kicked ass. So that was pretty cool.
So my Halloween costumes, especially the dinosaur with the tail back when I had my Godzilla craze. I looked like Godzilla thanks to my grandma. I even had a tail, I had feet, I had a mask.
I'll tell you what's cool is my grandmother has the unique ability to make the person that she's with at that moment feel like they are the center of the universe. It's really amazing. The precious and few times that all of us have had one-on-one time with her. And I say precious and few because she brings an entourage with her everywhere she goes. But when you have that special one-on-one moment, and it's just you and her, there is nothing like that in the universe. I can remember as far back as being 4 and 5 years old, and just having that special one-on-one moment. And she just gives you that look. Like there's nothing in the world that matters besides the two of you at that moment. 40 years later, I watched her do exactly the same thing at my wedding. And I watched her do it to different people. And it's just an incredible thing. It's a gift. I wish I had it, and I wish I understood how it works. But I'm grateful to be a part of it.
There's two kind of separate things. One is she's been extremely generous in making quilts for me and Maria. Have a fantastic one that she gave us as a present. But then another one I got for our wedding that is gorgeous. And the last one she sent to us right when baby John was born, which is really, really cute. Oh, and the other thing that she did that made me feel special was one of my first trips out to Seattle. She had just gotten a brand new Passat, but she was concerned that I wasn't going to have something to drive around on my own with, and so I got her Passat to drive around, which I think was a pretty big deal.
What did she do to make me feel special? Not an easy task when you got 10 kids and they're all unique personalities, but I got to tell you, I've got a drawer full of lovely socks, all made to my unique foot size and going up my calf to my desired specification, ribbed or not, in really yummy yarn and all my favorite colors. And I am a proud card-carrying member of the JoAnn Sock Club, and I wear a pair of socks every single day.
Socks. I'm probably not the only one that's going to mention the socks.
The other thing that you did that we all know made me feel very special was I had to be probably 8 years old, maybe 10 years old. It was Christmas. And I opened that box, and in that box was the most beautiful set of handmade, sewn, knit skirts, little skirts, shirts, hats, a knit hoodie with drawstrings, all made for my Skipper and Scooter dolls. It was the best Christmas present, and I still have them to this day. Thank you so much.
To have 10 kids and make each one feel special in their own way on any given day, and certainly on our own birthdays, is quite an accomplishment. The things that I remember personally about Mom helping me or making me feel special was one, on my 16th birthday, she surprised me with this artificial bouquet with ribbons hanging off of it and sugar cubes tied to the end. It was 16 ribbons, 16 sugar cubes, because it was my sweet 16 birthday. That was pretty awesome. I actually still have that bouquet. The other thing Mom did was when I called her from a payphone on my college campus, which is how we communicated in those days, and told her that Bob and I decided we were going to get married at the Newman Center at our university. I'm sure the news didn't make her exceedingly happy, but she went out and found me a wedding dress. It was perfect. It was white. It had lace. It was a street-length dress, and it came wrapped in a nice, lovely box and tissue paper, and it was mine, picked out by my mom. That's pretty special. Thank you.
You made me feel special growing up for many reasons. One of the biggest things, and I know you probably don't even remember and think it's a big deal, but I always wanted to feel like an only child, and you always made sure that I did if I needed it that bad. And I went out on my birthday, I got pie, I got to go out to eat with just you and Dad, or if I wanted to invite a brother or sister, I could, but I didn't have to. When we were little, when I was little, we went to Grady's, and I thought it was some fancy restaurant. Always got shrimp. Then as I got older, if we went out to eat on my birthday, you guys took me to Harbor Lights. So I thought that was pretty special. Anyway, plus one time, I'm a senior in high school. That was a hard year for us, I know. Anyway, it was early in the year. I was out on a date, and I popped home and told you that I was going to crash the cost of prom or homecoming dance or something. Anyway, it was a formal event, and my date was running home to go change his clothes, and I was going to change my clothes. And how you did it, I don't know, but you never made me feel like I'm nuts or anything. And we got the dress, we got the gloves, we got the shoes, we did the hair, we did the makeup, and then we waited and waited and waited. Didn't realize that my date got a speeding ticket trying to go home to Bracken to get a suit on. But we finally did make it to the prom and crashed it and had a great time. So I thank you for those little things that probably don't even remember.
What's in the cookies? Love and butter. Butter and love. Good combo.
Your cookies. What is it about your cookies? I know it has to be the love, because I make them all the time. I know it's the Toll House recipe. I use butter. Do you use oleo? I mean, what is the deal? I use vanilla. I use cinnamon. I don't know what. I use the same. Anyway, they're not the same. I don't know whether you beat them different, what the hell is, but no one's going to make your cookies the way you do. Too bad.
The cookies. What's special about your cookies? Don't know, but they've always tasted great. And some of my earliest memories are finding a little tub of cookies in a refrigerator downstairs in the house in Illinois, and prying it open and seeing those little cookies in there and wanting to take them so bad. There was nothing better. I've had many years where they've sat in my freezer for months and months before I'd eat them.
They're made with a lot of butter, they're made with a lot of sugar, and they're made with a lot of love. You put those three things together, and that's a pretty awesome cookie.
She's been known to make cookies that are so much better than any cookies on the planet. And my theory as to why that is magic. I think she harvests frog hearts under the light of full moon and says some magic words, and ta-da! That's why they're so magically delicious.
The cookies. Whew. I wish I knew, because if I knew, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be selling the cookies on Hollywood Boulevard. I think, though, they are best frozen. One of my earliest memories is sneaking into the freezer in the garage in Paradise Acres. Pitch dark, the garage is dark, it's night outside, and I'll open up the refrigerator just enough that the light burns my retinas, and you look in to sneak those cookies out of that giant Tupperware bin where they're nice and frozen. And sitting right next to those cookies are raccoon pelts that John and Pete had caught the day before, staring at you while you're trying to get your cookies. That stuff will traumatize a 5-year-old.
What's in those cookies that makes them so special? I don't know, but if I had one right now, I could better answer this question. I've tried to make them. I don't know the secret ingredient, but I do know that you also made me feel very special, because once you learn I don't like chocolate, when you get down to the last of the batter, there aren't very many chocolate chips in it, and you would make me almost chocolate-free chocolate chip cookies, and then put them aside and hide them so that the rest of you all would not eat them. That's special. Who's her favorite? Oh, come on.
I couldn't imagine how you'd choose a favorite out of this bunch. And why would you want to?
Well, I'm assuming her favorite is me.
Mary. Mary. No.
Yeah.
I really don't think you have a favorite. I think the person who needs you at the time happens to be your favorite that you're all engulfed and worrying about and getting everybody else to worry about. But I don't think you really have a favorite.
It might be John. I think if you ask her, she'll tell you. It might be John.
But if it's not me, I'd have to say that it probably would be Tom.
Hands down, Tom.
She always loved Tom. Tom was the wild child turned responsible man that always was a motivator to get her to go. You know, helped with the facade as everyone did. And he was just, I think, lovable, huggable Tom.
Oh, but then there's Tab. Tab, you're always there, Tab.
But I'm going to go with Pete, because he has fish to share with you.
No, then there's Pete. Yeah, Pete. Hands down, it's got to be you.
If, unless it be the males. We all know the males got better treatment in the family than the females. But that's okay. We've lived with that. We've gotten past that, I guess. Anyway, I don't think you have a favorite, Mom.
I know. It's Jeff. Come on.
Who is her favorite and why? And frankly, I don't think she plays favorites. I think she takes everyone for who they are. She'll try and steer each and every one of us in ways that she feels are more positive directions, but that really should not be confused with being less in her eyes. So,
Okay, all right, but then there's Paul. Last, bringing up the rear, last kid, the baby, sweet, yummy Paul. You know, you are her favorite. You are her favorite.
I don't think she plays favorites. I think there have been times that some of us have been more popular than others, and there's always been a good reason for that. But at the end of the day, she will always welcome us, and she will always love us, and we will always love her.
All right, okay. I think if we all take a step back and really look at this question wholeheartedly, we all know. It's me. Yeah, I'm her favorite.
You say some funny things, that's for sure.
The funniest thing she ever did, I'm sorry to bring this up. That's the funniest thing I ever witnessed. I felt bad for you in the moment, but I'm babysitting. You go out to eat with Dad. I can't be half an hour, 45 minutes later. They brought you home, stumbling down drunk. It was, it was hard to witness, but I'm sorry, Mom. It was pretty funny.
I'd say overall, Grandma can just be very funny. Whether she means to or not, it isn't always obvious, because sometimes she's just stating what's on her mind, and she has no problem holding it back, and that can always be pretty funny.
and there's really two things. One is I think this was an early trip with the travel friends, the Misfits, and I believe it was to Mexico, and which included this wonderful little hacienda that they were going to, that they got in late, followed by lots of margaritas and eventually skinny dipping,
Skinny dipping.
which when Mom told me that, just blew my mind, because my whole life I've only known her as a mom, and moms don't do stuff like that. So this was my first indication that really, Mom, you were blossoming into a really fun person and had some great friends in your new Seattle life. So I was pretty wowed by that.
I'm sure that in the course of my my career as a grandchild, I've seen a lot of funny things from my grandmother. But I think the thing that stands out most to me, and still cracks me up, happened last Christmas, when Kelley and I sent Rich a t-shirt with a picture of a cowboy actor from the 50s on it, a fella named Smiley Burnett. And Rich happened to open that t-shirt in front of Tab and Mary and JoAnn, and immediately she recognized the actor and said, "That's Smiley Burnett. Here's a picture of him. And he used to work for my father." And once she saw that, she sang the Reliable Furniture radio jingle like it was yesterday, like absolutely zero time had passed. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, and she can remember the radio jingle from the Kahneman Furniture Store in Champaign, Illinois.
And the other one was going with me to the first medical marijuana dispensary in Fremont with her friend Erica. And this was quite an ordeal. Mom had some pain issues and wanted to try medical marijuana after reading lots about it. So I said I would happily walk her through the process and, be her advocate along the way. So we got her doctor's approval and got the certification, and they gave us a recommendation for some place in Fremont. So we go to this place that's down these long stairs. This reminds me of drug deals back in my high school days. Sorry, Mom, but that's what happened.
The funniest thing I saw Grandma do would probably have to be calling all of her children every name but their actual name. She'd always call out somebody, and it would take 2 or 3 tries just to get the right one. Paul, Pete, John, Tom, Byron, whatever your name is, come here. Can you go grab that? So I always remember that and always had a good chuckle.
my birthday message to you is I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm glad you're here. You drive me nuts when you worry, but if you didn't worry, it wouldn't be you. So I love you. Continue to worry about us all. That's what moms do, I guess. I love you more than you know. And let's do this at my house next year. Bye.
Happy 90th birthday, Grandma. I just want to say thanks for all the years of taking care of me and picking me up and making me the best apple pies I've ever tasted. The nights that we would chill and watch movies and just hang out and all the things that you patched up for me. I appreciate it all. I love you and happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Mom. So glad that we could all be here to share this 90th birthday celebration with you. I know it will be a day filled with joy and love and just good old plain fun, as only the Bronsons and Kahnemans know how to do. Enjoy it all, Mom, and happy, happy birthday.
Well, basically, I just wish you a very happy birthday. Glad you made it this far, and hope it's more, many more. And I love you, Mom.
I just want to say on this 90th birthday, you've magically found a way to bring us all together again so that we can collectively surround you with all the love that you have shared with us over the years, and you've loved us through the challenges that we've given you. And I hope that in some way we've all made you very proud. And so on this day where we get to celebrate what makes you so special, I just want to say how much I love you and have a very happy 90th birthday.
So that's about it. It's great to be out here and to have gotten to see you and spend this time with you. Happy birthday. I love you a bunch. Thanks for making us the special people and person I am today. Alright, love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma JoAnn.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, we love you.
But we all have a little bit of you in us, so you must see that.